Do you want to puppet a third player?
So I was thinking about this. Conrad, do you want to Ghetto Twitch this one? You have to play a third player remotely?
We finished that campaign 2 Fridays ago.
That
If
was
not,
Imperial Assault, not Rebellion.
oh, then never.
It's relatively simple. We've all unlocked a big book of madness, and we're all slowly going insane, and we're going to die.
The ways to win is to kill the final boss, who is going to have basically this "you kicked my ass" condition and this "you didn't kick my ass" condition.
So,
And he's going to look like one of these guys. Uh, Basically, we've got to do 2 any curses and then 3 whatever curse. And we cure them by discarding 4 of a kind or a rainbow.
I mean, is that an alright you want to try it, or alright you'll prefer seeing it played first? Uh-oh. There's a lack of response. Do you want to play it remotely? Yeah. Or do you want to just see us play it first? That way you can get an idea. All right. Set the difficulty level to 2. Let's go ahead and the other difficulty slider to free madness in our deck.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Oh, you want to play? What should we lower the difficulty since he's playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll just set Comrade to be the 3rd player to go.
Yep. So it'll be this guy over here. So, but we'll let you go ahead and get to choose a person to play first.
Actually, I'll sit on this side of the table so that your stream setting is
good point.
Seeing both hands upright.
Yes, and let me switch the hand to my hand so that way I can see the side of it, and we'll join Team Joker.
But actually, you should move here so that we still go left ways.
Oops. Come on, fix the zone, please. Oh my god, every single time the map loads, it creates 18 billion random results that all causes it to... Great. Oh, fuck!
Just reload the whole mod.
Yeah, okay. We're reloading the whole freaking mod. Okay. Yes. Go away! Go away! Go away!
Crap.
Oh, great.
Now that it's 3 player, what is the madness?
I don't know. Here, the rulebook's down here as long as you hit accept. Ah! Whatever. Done. Alright. So, while he's setting that up, you look over here. There's a bunch of dudes we get to choose from. Honestly, like the person you select doesn't matter that terribly much. So just pick whatever one you want to pick. Okay, so bottom right. Brian, for you and I, do we want to just randomize it between us?
Sure. And then mulligan if we both draw one. Okay, I got Rainbow Road.
You got Rainbow Road. Nice. So the person he got is he can mulligan madness from his hand. The person that I got is if I know a madness on the top of my deck, I can cure it. And the one that Brian got is air equals rainbow.
But only the singleton.
Yep. So your deck is 1, 3, 3 air, water, wood. That is your deck right there.
Sweet, I've got a cure for blue already.
It's a cooperative game, and the only way to win is to beat the final boss.
And therefore survive until the final boss appears.
Yep. So for me, I'm 3, 5 green. What?
Yeah, you're a white guy with 5 greens.
Yep.
Okay, so the new super convenient thing that came out.
Yeah, it's pretty Harry Potter the deck building game, I guess.
Yeah. So the spells that we have options for, which cost 2 of their element to buy, are choose a card from your discard pile, then place it on top of your deck, which is super convenient for this.
Oh, it's super convenient for me.
No, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's going to allow him to cure madness just by having it on top of his deck.
Yep.
Concentration allows you to destroy cards from your discard pile. They go into the destroyed cards pile instead of your discard. Torrential Rain just delays madness. And Breath is the best way for y'all to give me your white singletons so that I have maximum rainbow.
That's true, yes. So, let's just, I guess let's just go into the turn and, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So,
So when this spawns, each player discards 1 card. So I'm going to discard.
ooh, that okay. So I'm going to wait. What's the hero's requirements? Blue, green, white. Okay.
Yes.
Since I suck at blue, I'm going to go ahead and discard this blue. Actually, yeah, I'm going to discard this blue. So, that monster came up, already screwed us over. You have to discard 1 card from your hand. And you definitely don't want to discard this one that is 2 energy. So, the reason why I was looking at like what this monster has, notice how he has 3 symbols? Those 3 symbols correspond to what it takes to effectively kill this dude. So, we want a total of 4. At some point, we collectively want a total of 4 blue, a total of 4 green, and a total of 4 white in somebody's hand to, defeat this monster.
Right. So what's
Another thing to keep in mind about spells is you already start with 4. You start with Combustion, destroy 1 card from your hand. Growth, draw 1 card. Ice, place one card from your hand into support, and support is very useful because anybody can use anybody else's support pool. It's sort of like a public card for everybody to use. And telepathy is one other player takes an action. And the reason why you notice how all of these cards have some sort of like number with a circle in it is because you can overpay for a spell up to 3 times to execute said spell 3 times. The number of actions you have is the number of cards. It's just until you run out of cards, effectively. So, anyway, which one do you want to discard? Wait, okay. Discard's white. So, starting with me, I believe is the way we want to do this, right?
Yep. And I'm trying to double check if my Rainbow Road work, because it says during my turn, but you know, I have the cure for blue, but only if white is a rainbow.
Mm-hmm. So this boss has these mechanics right now, to where it's the first turn the boss spawns, the second and third turn and fourth turn and fifth turn those cards execute based off of what turn it is. Your exact ability is discard a madness card from your hand and draw a card. Right now you don't have any madness. Madness is going to be introduced to us over time. It's pretty much inevitable, Mr. Anderson. So, wow. Wow, Brian, we do not want that to execute this early in the game.
I mean, each of us have our twos in our hands, so it's only destroying a one.
True, but pretty early destruction.
Yep. Well, unless blue is a wild, or unless white is a wild, or you use your 3 greens and happen to draw both of your blues.
Well, see, that is the problem. No, we have to have 4 blues in our hand to cure this. We have to have 4 greens in our hand to cure this. We have to have 4 whites in our hand to cure this. Curing every one of these cards kills the monster. And then when we get to this phase, we either get the monster is dead or the monster lives. If the monster is dead, we cure all madness from our discard pile. If the monster lives, each player places 1 madness in their discard pile. The symbols tell us which of these cards to draw, because they're randomized every time.
Okay. And
Yep. So
if you were to do breath, that would not solve anything.
yeah. So here's what I'm thinking, Brian.
Although Sands of Tune would allow you
Yeah.
to freaking buy a 3 and then put a 3 on top of your deck.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Is spend 1 green or spend 2 green. All spells cost 2 to buy, and I'm going to buy Sands of Time because that's going to set me up to do my thing pretty easily. Right? So I'm going to buy Sands of Time. And so that revealed a second tier green card, which still only costs 2 to buy, but in this case this spell costs 2 to play. And yeah. Ooh, that's a really nice one.
Yeah, so I think that these are actually not that bad, and the punishment is not bad for not killing.
Well,
So,
I don't like the fact that we're destroying, but there's nothing we could have done about that, I don't think.
yeah, because I am not wild.
So, at the very least, I'm going to buy, with 3 energy, a tier 3 wet wind element, and then just stick that son of a bitch on top of my deck. Yeah, I'll stick that on top of my deck. And then the end of my turn, I draw 6. This moves forward. It's now Brian's turn. So now each player destroys the top card of their deck. No choice, it just happens.
Yep, so I destroyed a green, a red, and a white.
And so now it's Brian's turn. So the reason why I flipped this card over is because you're only allowed to use each spell once. And if Brian uses his telepathy on me, I still can't use this spell because it's already been used. Until it's my turn again.
Yep. So I'm going to spend these 3 blues to buy a blue. And then I'm going to use these 2 and this totally a green to also buy a green 3.
Nice. Draw your 6. So,
And I
okay.
drew 5,
He drew, yeah.
and now that I have to, it's now that my deck is.
Once
You
you draw,
add,
once you try to draw a card and you can't, you add a madness to your discard, shuffle it up, and keep drawing. All right. So now it's your turn. You have these. Oh wait, before then, this moves forward. Now
right?
each player places the top 4 cards of their deck into the discard pile. Well, I have to add a madness to my deck.
That was a 2 blue and 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, because during this space has 2. This space has 2 different ones, so combined 4. Just so happens they both have the same ability. So, all but your last card goes into the discard pile. Alright. Now it is your turn. Spends 2 red, buys concentration. Alright. So that is destroy 1 card from your discard pile. Also checking what was revealed. We got Adrenaline revealed. Draw 2 cards. Then cure 1 madness from your hand or support. Neat. So you have these 4, and believe it or not, like, Rainbow doesn't look like it's a good draw, but later we will be adding Rainbow draws into the curses. So, all right, well, here I'm gonna zoom in on the spells. You've got Growth, Combustion, Ice, Telepathy, and Concentration. You can't get a 6th spell. Any other spells you get, you have to replace one of your existing spells just for the future. So, might want to memorize what these spells do. Growth is green, draw cards. Combustion is red, destroy 1 card from your hand. Blue is ice, place 1 card from your hand in support. That is actually going to be very important because it's really hard for one person to, do this game by themselves. The support is very helpful. Telepathy is you force another player to take an action. Yes, you do keep your cards between turns. So, in other words, if you want to draw more cards, say if you want to draw more cards, you use the blue, table one of these into your support pool. That way you get to draw more cards from your deck. Gives us all a lot more options, type of a thing. And telepathy is one other player takes an action, and concentration is destroy one card from your discard pile. So while you have concentration and combustion, you can destroy one card from anywhere. Or not support, but hand or discard. So right now your options are effectively use a spell or do nothing, but frankly I would use a spell to get more cards out of your hand. That way you could draw something better. Alright, spin a blue. Green is support. Save the rest. Alright. 1. Madness. Couple. 3. So now you have a madness in your hand. During your turn, you could discard one madness, but it's not your turn anymore, but during your turn, you could discard one madness from your hand and draw one card.
Alright, so it just moved to turn 4,
Yeah.
so now it's John's turn,
Yep.
and you're going to have the luxury of being the first person to go when we need a cure for fire.
Yeah. So despite the fact we are not going for this monster, I'm going to spend these. Should I spend those 4 to cure it, or should I just spend it on grabbing?
If you're using it to buy a 2 of something that you can't easily buy 2 of,
Yeah, I want to
like
buy a 2
fire.
Yeah. So I spend these 4. I'm going to cure this. Cure this. I don't know why we call it curing, but I destroy that curse. Oh, what's the price? So to buy a 2, it costs 2. To buy a 3, it costs 3.
But also,
of
when you
resources.
cure a curse,
Yeah. When you cure a curse, you get a 2 of any choice of you want. So I'm going to choose to get a 2 fire and add that to my discard. So I destroyed the curse. As a result, I got a 2 element of my choice. I chose fire. So now I'm not as shitty as fire as I was previously. It has to be 2 fire to get fire. You spin fire to get fire. So I'm going to use... Okay. Holy shit. Okay, hold on a second. This next guy is fire. Alright, I am going to use blue. Put fire in my support pool. So I just use ice there. Ice is place one card from your hand in support. Now I'm going to use these 2 green to use Sands of Time to put fire and air. Oh, wait, no. Fire and then this madness on top of my deck. Hey, during your turn, you could draw 1 card. If it is a madness card, cure it. Would you look at that? It is a madness card. I cure it. Curing madness is many times better than destroying madness because destroyed madness does not go back.
If we have to draw madness while the madness deck is empty, we lose the game.
Yeah. So it costs 2 resources to cure something. Or, in my case, I just top decked it. Anyway, I'm out of cards, so there's nothing I can do. Draw 4, and look, there's a madness. Draw 2, and now it's Brian's turn.
Alright, so I'm going to try to help out here after I use this green to draw. Datcher and testing.
If you could support one of those reds...
Oh, I can support 2 of those reds.
Yeah.
Because this white is totally another red.
Well, okay, so if you look here on this little corner right here, This corner tells us what the next boss's symbols are going to be. So we've already determined we're not going to cure these two. We're going to take the loss. Which loss isn't too terrible, but we're right now. Brian and I are talking about preparing for the next boss in the order, which is fire, water, plant.
Yep. Okay, so can I just play this fire and not use combustion,
No,
even
if
though I
if
have a
you if
card
you
in my
use it,
hand?
you use it.
Okay. Then I don't use it. I draw, add a madness,
Add this. Something about Sparta.
add one, then donezo.
Okay, your turn's over. It's now. We get to see if we defeated the boss or not. Spoiler: we didn't.
Right,
So,
so each player places one madness in their discard.
yep. We all get a madness in our discard pile. We flip this boss over, and now we're punished. Destroy a total of 3 spells of the player's choice from all players' spells. Shit. Okay. I'm personally going to get rid of my growth because I have the ability to top deck cards I want for
You
next
have
round.
the ability to top deck cards and then draw them, though.
Ah, that's a good point.
Combustion is destroying cards.
Yeah.
You don't destroy cards.
Okay. I'll destroy it. So, I'll get rid of that spell, but I don't think I can get rid of any of my other spells.
Okay.
So, Comrade, do you have a spell that you thinking of getting rid of? Because we need to destroy a total of 3.
I can also destroy my combustion.
Yeah.
Then again, I
Madness
can
is gonna
use that
clog the shit out of your
fire
hand.
to,
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
But I don't want to lose the ability to support or draw cards
No,
or
definitely let's
give
not lose the
action.
ability to support. Give action
Yeah.
isn't that. I mean, give action could be gotten rid. If it wasn't for the fact that I was already white overbalanced, I would get rid of get action. But because of my character, I'm going to keep, give actions because I'm overbalanced on white.
Yeah.
So, is there one you're getting rid of, Brian, or 1 or 2 you're getting rid of?
I got rid of combustion,
Okay.
and I'm not. Well, you know what? I'll get rid of draw because I can just get the next level of draw.
Yeah, but this is one other player.
Oh, right. I can get the next level of draw.
Okay. Honestly, for you, I would just get rid of combustion for you because combustion, its main use, like its overarching awesome use, is to get rid of madness in your hand, which you already do by default.
Yeah, by the way, I have the FAQ open, and that is a once per round thing,
Oh, that's once per
not
round.
a chain.
Okay. Still though, even it's once per round, getting the madness out of your hand, like that's the purpose of combustion. Honestly, if you use combustion to destroy ones, it's kind of You got to be specializing your deck for something if you're doing that.
Yeah. I don't mind losing my ability to draw. Just go
You just
ham
want
on
to
red.
lose your ability to draw and have 2 spells.
I mean, all the more room to gain more spells.
Okay. So, now let's go ahead and set up the bad stuff here. And turn number 2. So the fire is each player discards 1 earth card. Each player receives 1 madness in their discard, and each player places the top 3 cards of their deck in the discard. Well, okay. Now he's arguing throwaway combustion versus you getting rid of your growth, Brian.
Okay, that's fine, but
We're all combustionless. All right.
we
Well.
can no longer start the fire.
All right. Well, now it is Comrade's turn first.
Right. So first things first is you can cure fire just by using your hand and all of our support.
So he's saying first cycle his madness.
Oh, good call.
So we have fire in
Okay.
our support. Fire in support means anybody can use it as if it was their card. So you can't. Well, yeah. So you can spend 2 from your hand and 1 from either of, or 3 from your hand and 1 from either of us, or whatever.
Yeah, I'd prefer to leave it at least 1 in support so that I can use 2 fire to cure my man.
He's saying spend 1 fire to use concentration to destroy this madness. And then his 2 plus 2 of ours. So I'll use mine.
Alright. Sounds good.
To cure this curse here.
Okay, and then which element of 2 value would you like to get?
You can get any element of 2 value. Old question?
When we get into the higher levels of stuff, we will need
Yeah, we will need
rainbow
diversification.
hands, which is 1 card of every element. But we also are going to have a lot of you need 4 of an element. So if you need 4 cards to do that versus you have a ton of 2s for it, it's a lot easier to
Yep.
get a ton of 2s to do
The
that. It's
simple
also
answer to that is diversify, but the complex answer to that is we kind of need both.
yeah, like if we can support enough, we basically can each specialize in our own spell type.
Mm-hmm.
But then we end up having to give each other actions and use a lot of blues to support and yada.
Yep.
So if there's something that you have like 2 of in your entire deck, getting that to have better odds of doing the rainbows is a good idea
Yeah, there you go.
because everything else you can actually buy.
All right, so we have
Another thing that would be helpful is to cure blue. I currently have 3 blue in my hand. If you use 1 blue to support the other blue, and then either of y'all give me an action,
well, it's
then
about to be your
I'll
turn.
cure it. No, it's about to be your turn.
Oh, it's about to be mine. Okay, so green. What do you mean green instead then? Oh, you'll take green instead. Okay.
But yeah, if you were to support one of your blues, and then you could use your whites to buy a bigger white, and then let John do the give me a turn.
You're gonna pass
Probably be the
turn with
best.
your 2 whites in your hand.
Keep in mind there's no curse to cure with.
With white. Well, next round there will be, but I already did it.
Okay, cool.
So now it goes to 2. He draws a 6. And this. Look, you have a Madness to cycle. Alright, so now it's my turn. Alright, so I don't like... Oh, sweet! I'm going to use your green and my 3 greens
To cure green.
to cure green.
Neat.
And that's... what should I grab here? I'm going to grab... I grabbed a red earlier. Let's grab a blue. Diversify my deck a little bit. Then on
Yep.
top of that... So...
I need just
okay,
one
Brian,
action.
I think I want adrenaline a little bit more than you. Because
Okay,
I get
I
to
didn't
top deck.
lose my
Yeah.
I didn't lose my draw card,
I get to
so
with this green card, I top deck good cards and then I draw them.
yep.
Nice. So I'm going to use this. We only want to give you one action, right, Brian?
Right.
I use this spell telepathy to give you one action. Using this
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, it goes in his disc. I cure that, and what's the new one? One other player cures all madness from their hand.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to gain green.
Okay, I'm going to use 2 white to buy a white. And I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and assume that this is madness on top of my deck. It is.
Neat.
So, there we go. I draw 6, and now it is Brian's turn. And we've defeated this monster, so we're like good for the rest of the round. We're going to prepare for next round.
Yep. All right. So, um, hmm.
What is the good result? Discard a value 1 card. A player who does this receives 1 value 3 card of the same element on top of their deck. Nice.
Yeah. So, I was going to cure my madness, and now I'm kind of like, should I?
I don't know. Probably.
Because I could buy a Fire 3 instead.
Good?
Yeah, because this
Oh,
is totally a rainbow.
but you can only treat 1 value 1 card.
I have one in support as
yeah,
well.
okay.
I'm going to cure my madness, leave that in support, and keep Rainbow Road in my hand. Okay. Now it's Comrade's turn.
So, comrade, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do, comrade? Oh god, that was awful. Nope, no more. Yeah, it's at 4.
Yeah.
Like I said, all we've got is to prepare for next round.
Okay, are you going to do the discard and replace?
Cycle the madness. All right, you got
Nice.
nice. So, what is the next monster? The monster is going to be, we're going to have one rainbow and fire, earth, air.
And I will be first player. Yes, I'll be first player, and I have rainbow in my hand
Nice.
because this white is totally a fire, and also that's a fire.
Whichever one is best for you. You hate the stream delay,
Yeah.
but for a while there, Brian had absolutely no computer. we had to do this all the time. Pay 2 blue, get a double blue. Right? Pay 3 green, get a triple green. Pay red, concentrate madness away. Do we have madness in his discard?
Yes, because it was in his hand.
Okay. Goes away. Does anybody need the white action? Not really.
Well, if you support, I mean, it's
I'll
something.
get a turn before you. Effectively, the only one that matters is you, Brian. The only one that matters for is you.
If you wanted to use Sands of Time for something like putting a 2 red on top of your deck, that would be something.
No. I'm good. You're good. We're all good.
Okay. Yeah, so just leave it in your hand then.
There we go. Okay, that's 5. Now it's my turn. Let's see here. So, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and deck this white here. Need white, green, and fire. And then I am going to top deck. I don't have enough fire to top deck. I'm going to use 2 green to buy a 2 green.
Well, if you're doing the top deck thing, you can cure the madness from your discard and then put a fire 2 on.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Fire 2, raise my chances of drawing fire. Put the madness on top of my deck. Go, hey, I'm going to do my turn. That's a cure. And that's the end of my turn. Draw, madness,
Yep.
scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. Draw. And now it is... Did we kill the monster? Yes. So I believe Comrade... No, like, I read that you can cure the white, but I'm also putting it out there for other people to use.
Yeah, for instance, that singleton white is a rainbow road in the event of an emergency for me.
Okay, Barrick. So we defeated the monster. I remember you. Do you still want to replace a red with 3 red? I'm actually gonna name. Okay, so he red. It's discard, so you keep it. It's not destroyed.
Yeah, I'm discarding a green for a 3 green.
Mm-hmm. And we have defeated this monster. So now that we're in turn 3, we're going to get 1 rainbow draw plus whatever the monster has. So each player places all madness in their discard pile and support on top of their deck. So I have none in my discard pile or support. None there. Do you have? Oh, you have 1. So you actually got punished. So now it's 1 rainbow card plus fire, green, white. And so the rainbow cards are usually pretty nasty. The rainbow cards are actually pretty awful. There's an FAQ on one of the rainbow cards, and it's the rainbow card that says it makes everything else more expensive. That does not go away once the curse is cured.
It's for all of them like this as well. It's if this triggers it, its effect is in place for the rest of the round.
Oh wait,
like
so in other words,
other.
this is if that triggers, we don't have a spell for the entire round.
Yes.
Wow.
But I have the cure for it. I'll leave a madness in my hand, but it shall be cured.
Yep. I mean, I supported some whites to help you if you want to cure that madness.
Nah.
But that is a rainbow. Therefore, the rainbow is cured.
Okay, and I'll use it to gain a not sure if blue or green. I'm gonna go with, and I'm gonna have 2 freaking madness in my hand.
Jeez.
But I do have the cure for green that also
Nice.
lets me buy a green spell after. If you overpay by enough on curing a curse, you actually can buy a.
Really? This is the first I've heard of this.
It's in the rules. We just have never done it.
So the tier 3 red spell is 1 other player, and if you overspend by twice, it's 2 other players. Cures all madness from their hand. So it can't be used to cure yourself, but it cures everybody else. Alright, so now it is Barrick's turn.
You know, I might be misremembering that.
Yeah,
Could have sworn I'd seen it somewhere.
point it out to me, like call me out a page if you find it, but yeah. I mean, your hand's full of white. But yeah, we know it's on top of your deck. If you discard this madness, it is a triple red. Alright, you now have a 3 red. You're gonna,
And I've got
it can't be in your
red
discard.
and
It has to be in your
support
hand.
for. Yeah, I've got a fire in support that makes that a fire.
Yep.
And if you want to give me 1 action, I can also cure.
I don't know. Brian brought up a point that if you get that triple fire, we can get rid of this fire before it becomes a thing. So, like, during your turn, you can get rid of both fire and air.
And grass by giving me an action.
That's true.
The triple threat. Okay, so you're doing the fire
No, he
cure.
said back up. He said back up. So I'm trying to figure out what he's going to say here. Okay, do that. 4 white cure, 3+1 for fire. So he's doing the fire. Okay, so hold on a second. How are you spending the white cards? Because you have the option of from my support pool. Are you spending it entirely from your hand, or are you using some of my support pool? All right, he's giving you an action, Brian.
Okay, I cure the greens.
So you cured. Oh, he cured fire and air. So what 2s is he getting first? Blue and red. What he's saying. All right, your turn to get your cure, Brian.
Okay, I cured green and I bought green.
All right. It's back to his turn. He has no cards, so he draws a hand. Now it is free and my turn. Triple fire on top. Let's see here. Is that my only card in discard? It is. Nobody supported the madness? No, nobody has.
Nope, but it looks like I'm going to on my next turn.
Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I am going to spin Dose to get I breathe really hard. And then I spend 1 air to give Brian a 1 air.
Dunka.
That reveals Eye of the Tornado, which allows everybody to cycle 1 card from their hand. Now, yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to use Adrenaline. Draw 2 cards. And then
You used adrenaline.
I used Adrenaline. And now I am going to use my character ability. It didn't trigger. Now I am going to top deck 3 cards.
What if I told you you could buy a 3 with your 3 and then top deck 2 3?
I'd say you're mad and a loose cannon, but a smart feller. So I buy a 3 with my 3, and then I
Yes.
top deck a green and 2 3s.
And you didn't have any 2 green.
No, I don't. All right, Ryan, it's your turn.
So this boops. So I could just cure my madness.
You could.
But instead,
Oh, I desperately need a fire tabled.
well,
So
too
that way I
bad I
can.
don't have it.
Well, no, I was thinking so that way I could rainbow cure.
Um, next time you do that amazing strat with the fire, there is madness in support.
Be right back real quick. I'm going to go grab a soda.
Okay, so after me is Barrett. And you're also using the bathroom.
Welcome back.
All right, so it's your turn. The when this nonsense happens, we will each get to draw a card,
Woo!
and then it's going to be a rainbow, then fire, air, and water.
Yep.
So having a fistful of green is not that good of an idea.
Nope. What is the most recent? I have the tornado. Okay.
Yeah, the table mulligans again.
Okay. Legitimately, I personally would love it if you support table one of your fires, so that way I can both next round cure fire and rainbow.
And then draw 6 cards and cure 2
No, I'll be
madness
using
from
my
support.
fire to cure fire. But
Well, I mean, you could also use greens to top deck your fire.
that's true. Spend 2 red, buy. Okay, so spend 2 red, buy red madness. Keep grabbing the wrong card. Red madness cure
So
spell.
buying this spell,
Spend 1 blue. Support 2. Oh, support 2 red. Spend 2 blue. Buy a 2 blue. Save green.
Dunzo. Alrighty. Well, he's got the cure for fire as well.
Yeah, he does too. Alright, so we've defeated this monster, so every player draws a card. Neat. Each player
Bad stuff.
discards one value 3 card.
I have none.
Fuck you. Well, for him, he has a choice. 3 green or
Yeah.
3 fire.
Keeping in mind that there is no green cure on this, but also that, you know,
Green equals card draw
fire
for him.
seems to already be taken care of.
Yeah. Green equals card draw as well for him.
All right, so green gone. All right.
All right, so now
We're in round 4, so still one.
Yep. And fire, air, water. Okay. Okay, so let me think here. I think there's a way to do this. I just need to figure out what that way is. I think the way I do this is I first do a rainbow cure of some kind. So it's gonna be let's see you.
Um,
It has to be this white. I'm not gonna spend
now
my
that
3 white on it.
that's been discarded, though,
This.
I feel like using 2 greens to top deck. Never mind, it just ends up cycling your exact same
Yeah.
crap.
So I either spend my 3 or his 2. I'm thinking I spend my 3. Then that does the rainbow cure. So I'm going to grab. I think I need more water in my deck. No, I need green doses in my deck, so that way I can more efficiently top deck some nonsense.
Yeah.
At least one green card in my hand. I'm obviously going to top deck something and then draw it. Let us top deck. So if I top deck a fire, what are the chances out of the last 2 cards that I draw a fire? I don't think it's that good. No, but I think the chance is exactly 0. So I can't cure fire ahead of time.
But you can't. Oh, right. You're using that fire for fire.
Yeah, but I can.
If you leave that fire in support, I have the cure for fire.
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that fire in support.
And I have the
Unfortunately,
cure for air.
that's just not going to result in any madness cured, is the only thing I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I think
The
I'm going to leave that
madness
fire in
curing
support.
can win.
So instead, I am going to top deck this green 2. That way I can more efficiently deal with the sands of time.
Cool, cool.
Alright. Well, but before I top deck that, I see if this card is... Wait, it's not madness. My madness is my hand. Madness, thank you.
Madness.
4, 5, 6. Dunzo. Alright, so turn goes to number 2. Now, Brian's turn.
Okay. So I use barracks to cure fire.
Okay, he's using barracks fire to cure fire. And yes, we know you have the ability to cure the fire, but at the same time, we cure it before it's your turn so that way it doesn't get to execute.
Right. And also, curing all madness from their hands. We haven't been drawing them very much.
But you
So
had them in your
it's
hand.
still going to be, yeah. So this white and your white 3 cure white.
Okay.
And I'm going to gain more water. Then I'm
Ooh.
going to buy this green gets. The new one that is revealed is cure all madness in the support pool,
Then
then
draw
draw
2
2 cards.
cards.
Okay, now that I have that and this white is totally green, one other player draws 2 cards. So Barrick,
it's pretty low for me to draw the blue, so I think Barrick has a higher
yeah.
chance of drawing the blue.
So Barrick gets to draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Well, he gets to cycle madness as well. And then I will keep this in my hand because he has a white. If I draw any other blues,
It's not your
then
turn
I
yet,
can support
though,
deck
but
him.
yeah, you'll ideally. All right.
Okay, so my deck is empty, but it doesn't reshuffle immediately.
Oh, you already drew? Yeah, it doesn't reshuffle until you have to draw. All right.
Well, I have the cure for blue straight up if
Yeah.
given
Well,
an
let's
action.
see. He's cycling the madness. He does not have it. Fair enough. So, apparently Brian has the cure for blue. If you want to just give him an action.
Okay, blue cured. I'm going to gain more green.
I realize torrential rain is not that good, but we do need to get past it for us to get to the good blue spells.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've got room for more spells
Hold on a second.
and
For
other people.
torrential rain, does that mean you get to steal other people's support in, or is it just
I'm
their
not
support?
sure. Let me check the fact if it's only your support.
Because that could be a way you could steal our ones.
I mean, you've got the give me your ones card. You just have only used it once.
I've only had the opportunity to use it. Fair. And 3 blue,
Uh,
get a triple blue.
at the end of the spell, the player must have no cards in their support or discard pile. So I think it's only your support.
White, triple white. 3 red. Concentrate.
Although, if that is used on me, it will allow me to dodge
Which
a
singles? You have red singles, blue
thing.
singles, and a madness. White, blue, red. He's destroying singletons, Brian. This is madness.
No, these are singleton.
For a moment there, I thought you were gonna go. No, this is Sparta.
No, I had to anti-joke it. Okay, do anything with those? Okay. You could use that 2 to buy a 2.
Goes on tight.
Or leave it as is, be ready for rainbow.
He buys red.
Madness. Okay, just so we're aware, we've gotten 10 of the 25 madness.
6. Right. Now 4. Now it's my turn. Let's see here. So we've already won this one. This one is 1 or 2 curing madness from hand and or support pool. Neat. So that's kind of a double-edged sword there.
I mean, they don't self-replace, but you know, it's a free cure, so I would still leave it in my hand if I had the ability.
Okay. I'm thinking. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I spend these 3. I just table the shit out of my hand. Because it did say also from support pool. And then spend this one to top deck something useful. Like this 3 white. Next guy white, next guy has white.
Neat.
Yep, and now it is Brian's turn.
Okay, that refreshes. So, first player next round is
Barrick.
okay.
And there will be 2 rainbows.
So I could give him another 4 cards.
Or, oh, you're using one mine. Okay. I mean, that's
yeah.
giving our first player tons of cards. Like that'll set us up to be good for the entire round.
All right. So first, I'm going to draw.
Nice.
Oh.
So you're gonna give him 6 cards?
Yes. Barrett gets 6 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you go, Barrick. Here's your massive hand. I hope writing it down earlier. Writing it down earlier was useful.
And then 5 draw, because I'm not going to use your Okay, we check if we've defeated the monster. We have. I will cure 2 madness from my. Oh, sweet. There's 6 total madness split between all of us. So we can cure all of the madness.
All right. Yep. Cure it. Cure it. Cure it. Cure it.
Okay, we are now down to 5 madness, 3 of which is in our deck and 2 of which is destroyed.
All right. So watch this. Like, see, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Watch this guy say discard down to 5 after we set this up.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, 1 madness on top of their deck. So easy mode for me.
Okay, this is stage. So there are now 2 rainbow roads.
2 rainbow roads. Then blue, white. Yep. Well, well, Eric and your 50,000 cards. What is it you wish to do?
Well, you've got the cure for both rainbows and blue.
Yeah.
And then that leaves you with some amount of blue.
Max curing is what he's saying he's doing first. So that is 1 rainbow cure. What are you buying with your 2 cures?
And then blue cure on top of that.
Oh yeah, and then blue cure on top of that. He says red for the first 2. And what about for the blue cure? Green for the 3rd.
Okay, and then do you use this 3 to buy a 3?
Yep, 3 blue for 3 blue.
All right. So just white and green now.
Jesus. Yeah, well, Brian, that hand was followed up with this hand. Let's just say that. Look at this.
Nice. Other player, what a bastard.
Yeah, it says other players cure. I don't know. If he supports them, I can start curing them with my adrenaline. But until then. Alright, well, it's my turn, so I got the cure for white. And I am going to gain a green. And then. Search. Yep. Okay. Then I'm going to use these 3 green to top deck these 3 cards. But before I top deck those 3 cards, hey Brian, I wonder if the top card of my deck is a madness. Oh, it is? Your.
Neat.
And I can do absolutely nothing good day, sir, with the blue in my hand. So I'm just going to draw my 5 cards.
Lies and slander. You could have given a blue to me, but it's not worth.
No. I'm low enough on blues as it is. Alright, I draw my hand. It's your turn, Brian.
Okay, it's now up to 3. So If I
Both of us
gave
have
you
the
2
cure.
actions.
Both of us have the
Oh,
cure for greens in our hand.
okay. And since he is getting a turn automatically before green triggers, I don't need to do anything for that nonsense. So these flip. Um, well, ooh,
If you have the ability to go deeper into the blue deck, I'm curious what's beyond torrential rain.
I was about to say cure all madness in the support pool, then draw 2 cards. Sounded like it was going to be a good thing, but it's not. Um, okay, I'm gonna do the blue first.
Okay.
Neat. It's
Oh
the
my
same
god.
thing, but draw 5 cards afterwards.
Yeah. Usually
Alright,
blues are pretty good, but we just got a terrible draw on our blues.
okay, I'm gonna assume that we don't wanna mulligan a couple times, because that just seems lame.
Not at the moment.
So I'm going to use the 2 to buy, use the 3 to buy it, and then this fire is just wasting space in my hand.
That right? Alright, move that forward. He cycles a madness. Got 2 air. Alright, what's the plan, Stan?
Cure for green.
I mean, yeah, the cure for green, I bet. Yep. Buying what?
What you getting? And then, yeah, support decking madness is not insane since that one.
He's asking if you
Uh,
could wipe out madness in someplace in the support area with an action.
I could in theory, but
It's better
John is
done by
set up
me.
uh,
Yeah.
with drawing cards while doing that.
Yeah. But I can't do it this round, but it could eventually be done, and it'll be pretty awesome. So, I mean, you could either just straight up spin 2 to cure madness, which that's like the standard way of curing madness, or you could support deck those 2, in which case I can take care of them later.
Gazoon
Uh,
Also, the next guy is going to be a white cure for the turn 3, but never mind, John already has that, and I have the rainbow.
uh, considering that I'm going to get an action before that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm going to do my standard strategy of buying cards and then top decking them. So, you know. Spin 2 white, gain 2 white, and support both.
Oh, right. I forgot that earthquake is a thing. I'll eventually be able to do that, but I haven't bought that because nobody's support decked that.
And frankly, with adrenaline, as long as I can get fire in my hand eventually. Alright, cool. Give him a madness because he cycled his deck.
It gets booped.
Yep. Now it is my turn. My turn to. All right. This blue is going to be used to support deck the air. Yes, your hand is on fire. So, Brian, you're going next. You've got one rainbow cube,
Yes.
but you don't have two rainbow cubes. I don't think there's a way I can force a rainbow cure on you. Unless if I don't support deck this, then I could force a rainbow cure on you by giving you a blue
I
and
mean,
a
as
green. You
as
would need,
long as
yeah.
as long as you have a white in your support pool, I can give you an action to Rainbow Cure.
I don't have red at the moment, so.
There's no reds in your disc.
No. My reds are heavy this go around.
Oh,
And it doesn't
okay.
help that I keep putting cards on top
Well,
of it, too. Or it doesn't help, I mean. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to blow two cards in your hand, this and this, and I think that gets you a rainbow cure. Yeah, two rainbow cures.
it does indeed get me two rainbow.
Okay, so that gets you two rainbow cures. White is a part of next to go around, so I want to keep this white in my hand. So to do that, I spend this 3 to get a 3. And then I spend these 3 worth of green to top deck 3 cards. Well, it's going to be this 3, this 2, and this 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. My fires got even heavier because I keep putting cards on top of it. There we go. There's the fire. All right, Brian.
All right.
Let's do the kill. Destroy one card from the discard pile. One higher value element into your hand. Okay.
Oh, okay then.
So
Uh,
I am going to destroy this blue to get a blue 2 into my hand.
and I'm getting a green 3 into
All right.
my hand.
You have nothing in your discard. Good day, sir.
All right. So next up,
Is what monster?
each player discards 2 cards. So I discard a madness,
What do I do?
and I suppose I want the double rainbow.
Uh. There's blue. All right, so
Oh, so
we've
this is
have we
final
done this?
round,
Yeah,
isn't
we've
it?
done this wrong. Okay.
I think that you put 6 in that
Yeah,
pile
I should put
instead
5
of
on that. Sorry.
5.
Yeah. Okay. So each player discards 2 cards, and each player places 1 madness on top of their deck when this monster arrives. So, gee, I wonder what's on top of my deck, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now this is all we have to do.
Yep. This literally everything was just so that way we could be good for this. If we cure all 5 of these, we win.
Yep. So I dump my entire hand plus your 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to get...
That's both the rainbows, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
wait, why are you saying discard
guess
2R and 2R? Oh, okay, yeah. For the boss's problem.
Okay, I'm gonna gain a wind and a ground. And yeah, that's that. Then I draw.
You gotta hover it over there for a second after you hit the number. I don't know. Alright, so now it's on 2. Now it's Barrick's turn.
And the cure to shoot for is white.
White, green, and blue. So Brian does have a madness in his hand for purification, and this would probably be the only time you get to use it, I think. Yeah, it will be the only time you get to use it. So true. Alright. He cures your madness.
Okay.
Support decking
I
the
mean,
white's the only thing I could see.
the fire to
Yeah.
cure one of the supports to make
Yeah.
room for the
Decking
no
the
cost.
white is about the only thing I could see that would need to be useful in this situation.
But also, this mod isn't made right. There's actually 4 supports with a 5th one if you're the female blue.
Wait, what? There's 4? I thought there was only 3, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up. There's 4 and
Are you sure about
there's a
that?
5th.
That one does not seem right. Because on each card, there's only 3 spots. On each, like, character card.
Right. Like, I'm saying that the guy that made the mod didn't match what actually is. Unless that one chick is just super good and is eroded to having 5 instead.
Let's see here. Where the hell? I'm trying to figure out where it mentions support pool. Sorry. Rules. Like curses, action phase. Support. Certain spells allow you to place cards of support. When you place a card of support, take a card from your hand in one of your magician's support slots. Each magician can have up to 3 cards in support.
Okay.
Unless if it's eroded that there's actually all magicians have 4, then the errata needs an errata.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, you could cure a madness and then still support a 1.
You can't burn the madness because it's not in your discard pile. Oh wait, do you have one in your discard pile?
No, he can straight up
Yeah,
support it.
he can cure it.
Or cure it, yeah.
Alright. That was his last turn. This goes this goes forward. It's now here. Each player sees one madness in their discard.
Already done barracks.
Alright, so hey, look, the top card is madness. I cure it.
Neat. So you've got the cure for green. I've got the cure for blue,
I've got
and I
one
don't
better
need a
for you.
turn.
I've got one better for you, right? Watch this shit. I'm going to now spend 6 fire
To draw 6 cards and cure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you draw 6 cards first.
So, but if I do it correctly, I can also top deck the cards I need. So I forced. So if I do Sands of Time, I can top deck the cards that are necessary to just take care of it all in my turn. So 1, 2.
You can only Sands of Time 3 cards.
Damn.
And
And they're not in my discard.
also, you need the greens to.
So it's a
do.
risk. In other words, it's just going to have to be a risk here. All right, go ahead and madness up my deck here. Oh, okay. The madness does not go. The fire does not go into there until after the spell's executed, I think, right? Or does it before?
Nope, it goes immediately.
Okay.
Because we've done nonsense where the blue that we put in the discard
1, 2,
then goes from discard into support.
3, 4, 5, 6. Did not get it. Damn. But I cure this madness.
And 2 more from your hand.
Yep, and 2 more from my hand.
Okay, so you've got the cure for white, cure for green.
Yep. So I cure the Whitey boys. Or do you need his singleton to do your cure?
The singleton.
The singleton's better than my
would.
shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's a cure for white. Yes, I don't.
I mean, blue's the only thing that matters.
For green. And now I am going to top deck the blue cure.
Even though I go next and have the blue cure in my hand.
I want it to feel special.
Oh, you didn't even draw his hand back. Gee.
Oh, fine. I'll draw his hand back. There, he has a hand that he's not going to get to execute.
Neat. Okay, so my turn now?
Yep, your turn now.
I cure for blue.
Hey, victory!
No, we have to survive until the very end.
It's a victory!
So I'm gonna draw 1 card. And then I'm gonna cause Barrick to draw 2 cards.
Sure, Barrick draws 2 cards. We've already won!
And then I'm gonna buy a red.
Uh-huh, yeah. We've already won, Brian!
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright, Barrick's turn. I ignore everything he says in speech. He does nothing. It's a good game. Over. We win.
Neat.
Yay!
Yeah. MVP right there.
I mean, I wouldn't call it MVP. I mean, it was a combination of like that and this right here.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I have a little bit of a music play. Why can't I search? Here we go. Uh, I'm just playing the Final Fantasy fanfare in the background here.
Neat. Alright, well it's 11:30, so it's sleepy time. Good night.
Good night. To everybody watching, thank you for watching. I think we're just gonna call it here and have a great night. Including you too, comrade.